Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be doing a channeled love letter from your person. There are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is this letter along with the Lapis Lazuli. Group 2 is this letter along with the Hematite. And group 3 is this letter along with the Volcano Agate. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to, I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps for each group in the description box of the video if you'd like to jump ahead, which I do recommend using so that you can skip over me shuffling cards in between groups to clear the energy of the group I've just read for and tap into the energy of the group I'm about to read for. So again, I'll give you a minute. Please use the timestamps and we'll get into your reading. Hi, Group 1. You chose this letter along with the Lapis Lazuli. So I'm going to start with some tarot to get kind of a feel of the current energies between you and this person, what's going on with them. Take a look at some zodiac signs as well. Okay, so we've got the 5 of Pentacles, which is Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. The Fool, which is Aries. The Empress, which is Taurus and Libra. 3 of Swords, which is Air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. 10 of Pentacles, so more of that Earth energy. And 4 of Pentacles, so more Earth energy. So this feels like somebody who has had some kind of realization about what they missed out on by walking away from you and this connection in the past. Somebody who maybe has had some kind of an epiphany, some kind of a heart chakra opening or activation, which has happened with the 3 of Swords that has brought to their attention very acutely who you are to them, feelings that they might have been avoiding or running from. Maybe they chose to kind of move in another direction, kind of juggled you and somebody else, or maybe chose to remain single versus investing more in this partnership. And whatever that choice was in the past to move away from you, to move away from nurturing and helping to develop and build upon the spark that existed between the both of you, it has not worked out as they had planned. They are finding themselves at a loss. Maybe they have suffered some kind of physical loss. This could have to do with financial opportunities or just a general sense of abundance, that what they had chosen to invest in is yielding very little for them. There may be some degree of kind of material stability that has resulted from that decision, either moving in the direction of another person or just choosing to perhaps focus on career or, maybe remaining single, keeping their options open. That kind of on the surface has yielded some sort of benefit to them, but there's a sense of kind of a void that exists within them on an emotional level. that on the surface, on paper, things are going very well, but there's still this idea of lack, this idea of sort of this contentment, or again, this fulfillment at a soul level, being something that's very kind of distant and remote for them. It's something that the decision that they've made has kind of propelled them further away from that. And there's a sense of being very stuck. Pride and ego maybe getting in the way of course correcting, of reaching out with some kind of an apology, perhaps even fully admitting to themselves that the choice they made in the past was not necessarily the best choice, that it has afforded them some kind of wisdom, some kind of lessons. And again, things might look really good on paper, but at the soul level, there's sort of this void that's going on. A feeling that they're not really sure how to kind of turn things around. A lot of time might have passed as well between this decision point. And so the further away that they find themselves from that intersection, it's making the possibility of returning to that kind of crucial decision point, sort of retracing their steps and reaching a place within themselves, or some kind of a threshold with you where a different choice can be made. It's making that feel almost that a lot of doubt is coming up, maybe again that too much time has passed, that whatever they had chosen to invest in, it almost feels that it's taken more from them on many levels than it has provided in return. And this sense of a humbling that is going on with this person, a sense of really having to lay in the bed that they have made in order to fully appreciate and understand kind of the nature of what they walked away from in terms of you and this connection. That this situation, this time apart, whatever this kind of lack that they are experiencing, again, it's leading to sort of this deeper appreciation of you, the potential that existed here, and it's helping this person to at least dream of the possibility of something different. If they don't necessarily see, based on their current circumstances or kind of the way that they are perceiving things, of really a step forward, it feels like very kind of stuck energy, almost that they're focusing on kind of the wrong thing. Maybe this lack mentality at this point in time. It's still, at the same time, wheels are turning within them. A perspective has shifted. Someone who has been moving in one direction is now kind of acutely aware, or is very familiar with sort of what the yield or the results of that are, and there's this dissatisfaction, this feeling almost of like, is this all there is? And that's kind of triggering these memories of other times, experiences with you where they felt more of this potential of abundance, or touched upon that even in kind of the beginning stages of this connection. It sparked something within them, the possibility, even the level of fulfillment that they had with you in a very mundane sense, or very immediately with you. It's a stark contrast to whatever it is that they've created with themselves, which is compounding this heartbreak, this sense of kind of loss and regret, having kind of moved away from wish fulfillment in a certain capacity. But it's also a very necessary stage and step for this person to, again, become aware of kind of those polarities, where they exist versus where they could have gone, that is kind of opening up the road to making change, to making a decision, to taking steps, to kind of retracing their steps, course correcting, taking that leap of faith in the direction of this connection, at least moving toward maybe reestablishing some kind of trust, reestablishing communication, making some kind of an offer or a gesture, an apology, extending that olive branch in kind of a very sweet and simple way, in order to sort of shift this energy, shift this trajectory that they are on. It's at this beginning stage, but nevertheless, some kind of internal turmoil is that sort of turning point that is necessary to open up the possibility and the road to change in a physical sense between you and the future. So I'm going to read the channeled love letter from this person's higher self now, and see what do they want you to know at this time, group 1. Let's uncomplicate matters between us. There's still so much to say. Sundays. I miss you so much on Sunday. There's a battle that feels like it's just begun, though I have been fighting it for years. My head just won't accept what my heart has always known. I have tried running. I have tried averting my eyes to hide from your powerful gaze. and yet there is no escape from the truth that reappears constantly. From within the songs of birds, I hear your name. From within the very landscape, on every continent, your face emerges and steers me home. I have wandered and I have sought, always looking, never to find or replicate the love I have experienced with you. I am charting a course back to you now. The good winds blow me back in your direction. I want to hurry, and I know there is no way to rush. The distance created, the slack line that I must wind back up until it is taut and you feel me vibrating right there, may take some time to complete. Daily I toil at this. I no longer wish to be a castaway, so far from the safe harbor of your heart. So I'm going to get some initials now, and this can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it could spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. I've got G, U, J, M, D, L, E, T, I, S, N, C, Z, W, and V. So those are your messages, and that is your channeled love letter group 1. I hope that the messages resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading or a personalized channeled love letter, I offer both through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry, dreamcatchers, and suncatchers in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking any of that out as well. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 2. You chose this letter along with the Hematite. So I'm going to start with some tarot to get kind of a quick check-in about what's going on with this person, where their energies are at, some zodiac signs for group 2. Okay, so we've got the Page of Pentacles, which is Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Queen of Wands, which is fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Temperance, which is Sagittarius. Six of Pentacles, so more of that earth energy. The Chariot, which is Cancer energy. And King of Pentacles, so more earth energy. So this feels like somebody who may be watching you in the physical world. They could be looking you up online, observing you on social media, if you have social media. If you don't, they are perhaps still nevertheless Googling you, trying to seek out information about you, maybe making a point to reach out to people that you know in common, or to make efforts to try and run into you, going to places that they assume you would be at, or that you used to frequent together with this person. If this is somebody that maybe you've only known online, then they are kind of seeking out perhaps forums that you once frequented, or some kind of a platform on which the two of you really met one another, or first interacted with one another, or had a lot of your exchanges on, in the hopes of coming across you once again, or even just sort of revisiting kind of the memories, those times that the two of you shared, and sort of those circumstances, the climate or environment that was really conducive to the two of you meeting. There's a desire to reach out, to invest something in this connection, to make some kind of movement towards you, make some kind of declaration towards you. This can be some kind of an apology that might be owed, or sparking up the conversation again. Somebody who might have kind of pulled back, been very overwhelmed by the energy of this connection, very overwhelmed by what was kind of sparked within them, some kind of a spiritual awakening that might have taken place. There's a sense of balance that has come in the time since the two of you first interacted, first sparked something within each other. In kind of this period where this person has sort of pulled away, they've come to a place of peace within themselves, a little more comfortable with this energy and with what has kind of transformed within them, what's kind of taken place or expanded within them. And now there's this desire to move back in your direction, to again open these lines of communication once again, maybe to share with you some things, some revelations that they've had, some realizations about who you are to them, things they might have taken for granted about this connection in the past that they are now valuing. They are now seeing kind of the unique nature of this situation, and it's something where they're wanting to invest more in this connection than they had previously. But there's a sense of searching with this, seeking you out and not necessarily being satisfied with what they are seeing, as far as if you would be receptive to them, not really certain about what you have going on in your life, if you're even available or would be open to kind of re-establishing something with them, or maybe if they're kind of seeking you out online also, they're coming up with a lot of dead ends. They're searching and they're not really finding any kind of answers. They're unable to find any information about you. Maybe you've closed down your social media platforms. You may have changed your email address, your phone number, your internet, your profile, your avatar, something of that nature. And so it almost feels that the methods or the roads or the routes that they took to contacting you before are no longer yielding something, or there's this hesitation, this desire to still gather more information before making that move, before kind of making that declaration. But it is some kind of an evolution or an advancement that has happened within them. They're a lot more at ease with what they feel about you, with what they are, sensing and experiencing in relation to this connection, and also in terms of kind of the changes that have developed. This feels like somebody who has matured in a major way, which you might have been dealing with in the past, this page energy. They could have been kind of immature, sort of fearful of commitment, or only willing to give a certain amount to this connection. And there's been some kind of evolution that has happened with this progression then to the King of Pentacles, where there's a lot more certainty within them. Circumstances may have even changed in their material world to where they feel that they are more equipped. Other things that they may have had on their plate, things that they were working toward, or even other kind of distractions have sort of fallen away. They've moved beyond these things. They've created some sort of balance for themselves, and they're in some sort of kind of a fruitful period within their life, and are now in conjunction conjunction with what's going on physically and also spiritually within them. They have moved into this energy of really feeling that the circumstances are right to give this connection another chance, to invest more in this, to kind of give more of themselves in a tangible manner in terms of time and attention and consistency than they had in the past. So I'm going to read the channeled love letter from your person now, group 2, and see what do they want you to know from their higher self. The effect you have upon me is so powerful, even after all this time. Something has stirred within me. The stubbornness I was once anchored to is slippery, and I am adrift once again. I am trimming away the loose ends, carefully and bluntly if I must. Summer's gone, and the haze which clouded my perceptions has dissipated. I am the autumn king, here to harvest what is rightly mine. I allowed myself to become distracted by the shimmering things that flittered into my awareness. No more. I am tired of these playthings. I am aware of a threshold that has opened before me, a portal where, on the other side of what must pass from my reality, you wait. I am not afraid, and I cannot go on suffocating without the essence of the love we generate perfuming the air I breathe. I see you in your bountiful glory, giving birth to your dreams and making the world around you pop with electric color. I want to taste and to touch and to become this holy force of creation right alongside you. There's no going back now. The change between us has already begun. So I'm going to close this reading with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it could spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. I've got N, T, G, M, K, E, R, P, L, W, B, X, Q, Z, and U. So those are your messages, and that is your channeled love letter group 2. I hope that the messages resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading or a personalized channeled love letter, I offer both through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry, dreamcatchers, and suncatchers in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking any of that out as well. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. You chose this letter along with the Volcano Agate. So I'm going to start with some tarot to get kind of a feel of the energies with this person, what's going on with them, some zodiac signs. Okay, so we've got the Ace of Cups, which is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Three of Wands, which is fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Eight of Cups, so more water energy. Eight of Swords, which is air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Two of Pentacles, which is earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And the Sun, which is Leo energy. So this person may be in the process of evaluating some choices that they had made in the past, maybe to move in the direction of a different partner. Maybe at one point in time they were juggling you and somebody else, or there was the option to kind of step outside of their comfort zone, to reimagine the future that they had planned for themselves or that they were working towards by taking a chance on love, by accepting the cup of love that you had to offer, and that a decision was made to walk away from this, to deny the potential that existed here, or to in some way choose to discontinue participating in this situation. With that Eight of Swords, can talk about kind of pressure from outside circumstances, maybe pressure about what people would think of the nature of the connection, maybe some pressure to achieve a certain status or something that they had been working toward, maybe in terms of their career and finance, and this connection really just kind of came out of nowhere, to the point that they almost might have felt very distracted by it, very compelled in your direction, feeling that at the time that it was a matter of either or, that they didn't feel they had maybe the psychic resources or the time or the energy or kind of the emotional capacity to make room within themselves with how much they were being drawn towards you and how much they wanted to experience this potential versus whatever else they were working toward. If this is a third-party situation, this might have been something that was kind of a long-standing commitment they had with somebody, something that they felt really trapped in, that had kind of passed its expiration date, and they had maybe taken a chance on exploring something else, on kind of freeing themselves from that circumstance, and in the process of doing that, had kind of then aligned with you. And with that, they saw the possibility of new horizons, of something else, a different experience of love than what they had known. But then a choice was made to kind of return to that comfort zone, to what was known and familiar. Maybe a lot of excuses that they had made to stay with somebody, for the benefit of how things would look, for appearances, maybe staying in kind of a broken or a difficult situation at the expense of children. They may have used, or finances, just any number of things could have been used as an excuse. But at this point in time, this is someone who's really reevaluating the choice that they had made, almost a choice between love and money, and the fact that they had chosen, money maybe in a physical sense, or even just in terms of something that was practical, known, and established, something within their comfort zone, versus kind of taking a chance on love. It's a sense of having really missed the boat. There's a lot of regret that they're experiencing right now. And somebody who's kind of working up the courage to really free themselves from excuses or from something that, they had felt very tied down to or very committed to, or that they, again, had been using as an excuse that really was not fulfilling them on the soul level. Somebody who's really starting to prioritize their own emotional needs and is starting to really look around at the world they have created for themselves, and is starting to, again, sort of free themselves from things that maybe are taking more emotionally or physically or spiritually from them that is being returned to them. This is someone who's in this process of kind of strategizing, looking to a new horizon, weighing those options, and kind of what is going to be necessary to make these changes in their life, what needs to fall away in order to create that opening and that space to be able to allow love in. to be able to love themselves more, and by doing that, having an alignment of the choices that they are making with what resonates with them on an emotional level. And this can pertain to kind of their feelings and decisions they've made in the past about this connection, but it feels even larger than that in kind of a grand scheme. This is somebody who's starting to prioritize kind of this energy of rebirth, something that is stirred within their soul, this desire for something more than the life that they have created for themselves, an urge to kind of push beyond the limits or boundaries of what they have known and experienced life to be up to this point, and to really explore kind of the potential of what else exists out there for fulfillment, and for experiences that are more in alignment, again, with kind of what resonates with them on a soul level. So I'm going to read the channeled love letter from your person now, group 3, and see what do they want you to know from their higher self. I am working up the courage to speak to you the words you have always wanted to hear. The walls of fear are crumbling, and what is left, what I have discovered on the other side of all this destruction, is my authentic self, who is equipped and ready to fight for this love. I am punching through timelines faster than the speed of light. I have no idea where I am heading, but I am moving, and that's all that matters. You beckon me with your angelic presence, coaxing me from out of the dark corners into the light of the sun. You are regal, and I'm starting to recognize this potential flowing through me too. You are an inspiration. Keep speaking. Your songbird voice is guiding me home. I am unearthing such treasures. I will not return to you open-handed, but will give to you in all the ways I once could not. Keep pushing. Keep fighting to keep hold of our dream of forever. Silently, I hear this call, and I am answering you in dreams and in songs. The soundtrack of our lives takes on a sweeter meaning these days. Mystical heart, you are the only one I want. So I'm going to close this reading for you with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it could spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. I've got K, P, J, I, E, B, Y, U, S, M, V, O, and C. So those are your messages, and that is your channeled love letter, group 3. I hope that the messages resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading or a personalized channeled love letter, I offer both through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry, dreamcatchers, and suncatchers in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking any of that out as well. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.